of the day, ain't no shares left. Shares out there. Back and forth. I mean, there's some shares out there. What's going on, my little? Before you switch to fidelity and go straight to the wholesaler, AMC shares. Say, hey, listen, if you guys can't find AMC shares,
there's no shares. There's some shares. Brokers can't find shares. I need to make it very clear to you guys. I'm not an AMC YouTuber. That's never what my channel has been about. That's not what it's for. That's not why I started it. I started it to bring awareness to people like Lou and Trey and all of them who didn't know what they were talking about and were pulling people into this thing who've never invested before in their life. You have no idea if what they're saying is true or not, and for some reason people would rather just accept things as truth than take a little bit of time to research it yourself and find out the answers you can easily find out. I've told you before, Lou makes me laugh. This is mostly why he makes me laugh, because he flip-flops so much. He says one thing, then 2 days later says another thing, and he'll tell you this is going to happen, and then when it doesn't, he's like, oh, you misunderstood me. Like I said, of all the YouTubers out there, Lou has cost this community the most money. He is the one that told people to put their money in other things in June instead of snatching everything up to try to get 100% of the float, which either way still would have been very difficult, because the thing that no one seems to understand is out of the 80% that retail held way back here when it was first reported in March, like 50% of them sold that shit on the 2nd, and then a brand new 50% just picked up what they put down to put us back at 80%. We needed them to hold that. They needed to hold that 80, and then a new 20-30% come in like it was doing here and snatch everything else up, hold over 100% of the float, trapping shorts, naked shorts that were out there, and that was it. That was endgame. That was it. This right here, that was endgame. Like I told you, this was not a part of the program, as very much evidenced by this being read right now. Like I said, it most likely would be. And I called this shit way back here, way the fuck back here, before we even turned around and started being profitable. I gave the rundown on what this was very likely to do for the rest of the year. And I was extremely clear when we went from the 35 to 40 gap up to the 40 to 45 that I said we were going to do, that if we did not break through that 45 and head towards 50, this is going back down to $32. It's going right back down to the support level that it's had all year, which is not, a convenient thing that it happens to be the previous all-time high, that's where it's floated around its support. That was intentional. So you guys don't get this shit. You don't get it. There was a bunch of shares, an abundance of fake shares out there in 2020 and through January up until this point. And when they realized they were getting caught and people were coming in and buying in and were about to fuck them, they took away the buy button so that they could have a few days to figure out how they were going to fix this. In that time, enough people sold off to drop it low enough to help them out. And then they ran this little program here. This little program that's still running right here. And this was their fail-safe. In the event people didn't buy all the media bullshit they were pushing that they spent millions on about 1 cent, and this is all conspiracy theory, nothing they're saying is true, this isn't going to blow up, nothing, blah, 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 which people didn't believe. Had they believed it, this would have been doing this all year. They would have continued this, getting rid of the old fucking synthetics that they had, and then using their high frequency trading systems to trade the same shares back and forth at cheaper prices to drive the price back down, close out the shares, do the same thing, drive it down, and that way you get rid of the synthetics and it's back at its normal valuation. It's not blown out of proportion. That's what their plan was. FOMOing it happened here. People were coming in. That 80% needed to fucking hold. All of them needed to hold. They did not. Their fail-safe was, you know what? If it starts getting out of control, if they start coming in, we have a number that's going to make about 50% of the people very rich. But fuck it. You know, we won't be trapped. We'll be able to get out from under this shit because there's no way they're going to hold. This number is going to show the majority of those holding it 6 to 7 figures, and there's no way they're going to hold. And they were right. They were right. This was not naked shorting and nefarious shit. This was your people's selling. That's what this was. This was your people selling. It's 100% what that was. And this was new people snatching it up. New people snatching it up. Now, they were getting caught. They were definitely 100% getting caught. People were coming back in. People were sitting here buying, like the people that did sell were starting to buy back in too. And this thing should have kept going up. It should have. This was where the nefarious bullshit came into play. This was where transferring shit to ETFs, shorting ETFs came into play. And started screwing this up really bad with how heavily they were shorting ETFs. That's where that came from. That's where the theory was born from. That's where my channel really came from. But more than that, it was realizing that this was a hoax. Trey, all these fuckers were full of shit. Every single one of them was full of shit. They fucking lied. They sucked all of us in with this, oh, we're fighting big money. We're going to get change in the market, blah, blah, blah. This isn't about money. It's never been about money, blah, blah, blah. And the moment they see 6, 7 figures, it's about money, baby. It's all about money. And they dropped. They tanked it. My channel was to scream out to the cult that is AMC in hopes that a few smart people would listen. That everything you're being told, everything you've been told is bullshit now. None of it matters. It's all fucking farce now. They fucked us. The community screwed us. And that was that. And you needed to get out. You needed to get the fuck out. Do not buy anymore. If you have positions, you want to hold them, whatever, do your thing. That's what you believe, but don't buy anymore. Just don't buy into this. It's a waste of money. It was very, very much not profitable at that time. The options chain was disgusting. It was all bad news. All of it. And I never intended to start helping people make money at all. So a lot of you are very fucking welcome for this month that I spent losing a lot of money figuring out how you all should play this the best way you could without any of you having to burn through day trades or fucking lose money because you don't know what you're doing. There's a lot of you made a lot of fucking money while I held your goddamn hand and talked you through your first option contracts and told you when to get them, showed you positions, how to buy them, the smartest way to buy them, not to hold them too long, when you could get away with holding them for a couple days, all that shit that I should have never been fucking doing for free, ever. I never should have been. There's a few of you that are grateful for it, and I know you are, and I'm happy I helped you guys, but you know, still information like that would say, like I said, when someone's making you money and lots of fucking money, you owe them money. That's the bottom fucking line. If they save you a bunch of fucking money or they're making you a bunch of money, you fucking owe them money. That's it. That's how that goes. But I told you all that back here. I told you what I believed was going to happen for the rest of the year with this. And it was spot the fuck on. Spot on. You got the hopes that I was trying to keep your guys' hopes alive, that there still is a chance that this could go, may have a nice move, like up to possibly 60 or something like that. But I said it way back here that if this thing does not, by November or in November, if it's not pushing the 50s, you're going to see it go back down to 32. You're going to see it go back down to 32, and then if you were lucky, you'd get a return like the day in August, where it was like a $10, $12 run. But I doubt that's going to happen now, because I said that way back here. And again, they don't do anything more than twice. Like, that should have happened again here, and then it should have been happening again here. And it's not. So they cut it into 3 days here instead of one nice run, so that way they could control it and make it less lucrative. But again, this is everyone screaming about the shit that literally happens all over the market. All over the market. I could easily be running around saying AMD is being manipulated. Look at this. A $10 drop at 4 in the morning. Look at the naked shorting. Look at all the naked shorting. Look at this shit. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Naked shorting. Manipulation. Naked shorting. I could do the same fucking shit. Same shit. AMC is just another stock. It has a higher short percentage than a lot of stocks do. There was a lot of manipulation and a lot of bullshit that happened to it since last year. But this is big money. This is their game. These are their rules. And they came up with a strategy to get themselves out from under it. Told you all that shit. Told you that. I don't give two shits about AMC's community. Their cult. It's not a community. It's a fucking cult. I literally just showed you Olu, who says, oh, I don't take money. Yes, he does. He gets a fucking YouTube check. A fat one at that. He does everything YouTube asks you to do. Everything with your channel once you're monetized. And even does the extra shit to get bonus money. Lou gets the fattest YouTube check out of anybody. He does everything they want you to do. I don't know who the fuck he's trying to fool. The only reason he don't get super chats and shit is because he don't even know how to do this. He don't know how to open a laptop, pull up a screen, record what's going on here, and talk to people. He does not have any idea how to do that. And I know he has no idea how to use any studio software to where he could put his face in the corner and go over things. He has no idea how to do any of that shit. And I literally, that's all I should need to show you right there. That quick flip-flop, even though I've been telling you all, Lou's funny, he's entertaining, but if you listen and believe what he says, you're a fool. You're an absolute fool. He's been so wrong, more than anybody, and he's cost everybody money, all the time. All the time. With his nonsense, it's bullshit. I watched him try to explain high-frequency trading, and he did it in a way that didn't even sound like he knew what he was talking about at all. It's like he heard someone explain it, and he gave the version that he developed in his head about it. It wasn't even close. But literally trying to tell you what I've been telling you all, that high-frequency trading is what's driving the price down. It's not naked shorting. It's not any of that. It was shorting ETFs here. That's what put a halt on the movement upward that was coming from all the FOMOing, but it's high-frequency trading is what drives the price down. The constant trading of shares that are out there by these motherfuckers back and forth at fractions of a penny, just lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and it slowly drives the price down. Slowly drives the price down. They're all full of shit. I don't know what else y'all want me to tell you, but I made it very clear I'm not doing AMC videos anymore. I'm not an AMC YouTuber. If this does not give you your little triple mountaintop here, or I don't see a 20% move in AMC in one day, I'm not talking about this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I made like 12 videos last week and just did not want to publish them. And I'm literally telling you all this was going to 32. Telling you it's going to 32. I just not dealing with people's bullshit and want to fucking jump in my comments and try to tell me what the fuck's going on with this. Like, I'm done with that. I'm done with people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about trying to tell me what the fuck is going on. Like, I'm all about being corrected if you're incorrect, but if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about and you're just saying shit so that you don't have to admit you're wrong about something, fuck out of here with that shit. I do not have time for it. That's what Lou needs to learn. Lou needs to learn how to do that. Needs to be just upfront and say, you know what, I was fucking wrong, or I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I have no fucking idea. You know, I get my information from the same fucking people that you do, Reddit boards and emails, whatever. I look away from AMC. That's what I try to encourage all of you to do. Look around the market. Go swimming in the market. You're going to see the same shit you see here. The only difference here is this bitch is kept on lock. It's part of a program to get them out from the very illegal shit that they did, which is why it bounces between that $20 gap, or basically $10 gap, but full on is a $20 gap. And it just flat straight across. Straight across. Nothing. This is the most sideways trading stock in the fucking world. And that's all they're talking about. He said, the day before GameStop went up, nobody was buying. The fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about, dude? This shit's, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I just want you to see. If you're looking at the volume here, if you're looking at the volume, look at that. When the volume's up more than 29, 19, 30, the price is going up. Look at that. That's all you gotta do is look at the volume. and it's that simple. It's that simple to fact check someone who says something like that. Oh, you guys are buying and that's what's driving the price down. Well, just go look at the volume then on any given days. Look at the volume, see what it says. Oh, it's really that simple. Really that simple. That's it. That is it. That would be all you'd really need to know. Because it seems like on the lowest volume days, there's a lot less buying and selling. It goes down a lot. Goes down quite a bit. Shit is ridiculous. Fucking bananas, man. Those of you that got out, good for you. I wish you would have done it when I was talking about it back here. Actually, I wish you would have done it when I was talking about it here. But this was just swing trading. That's the only thing that this thing's good for, is day trading and swing trading. That's fucking it. But you have to have a lot of money really to do it. You do. You have to have a lot of money to be able to swing trade this properly and effectively. Those of you that are still going to hold, good luck to you. I mean, I will literally be praying every night that, you know, everyone's theory that they're just trying to wait everybody out. I pray that that's true. I really do. I pray that that is true, and that once this thing drops down to like 26, it fucking rockets to 100,000 a share. I pray that that happens. But I don't want nothing to do with this. I'm not buying this motherfucker. Get out of your mind. I don't want shit to do with AMC. This thing has done nothing but lose me money since the second half of the year. Nothing. Not a damn thing. And that's the case for a lot of people. The only people that have really made money in this were people that were swing trading it, day trading it. That's it. Buying it and selling it same fucking day many, many times. Or people that shorted it. I mean, this is what it is, man. Like, I don't know what you want. I knew this was coming. This is why I said this was going to happen, because we're going to get to the end of the year. A lot of people with a lot of money in this are going to realize something's not right. Took you too long, but something's just not right. Whether or not, even if you believe all the shit that you want to believe, there's still nothing you could do about it. Nothing you can do about it without market change, actual infrastructure change to the market. And seeing as how 99% of the community only gives a fuck about getting rich quick, not bettering themselves as investors and individual traders, learning about the market, finding out how the infrastructure was built, what the rules and regulations are, what you need to do to be able to have a voice, since no one in this fucking community has even attempted to do that. You should know that anyone talking about this being some sort of unified front we need to hold and blah 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 is full of fucking shit. We've had an entire year and 2 quarters mainly for anyone, somebody, especially one of the fucks that made a bunch of money off of our backs and dropped out, to create an organization to give us a voice. If that's what this was about, there's a bunch of people that are millionaires because of this now. A bunch of them. One of them's got a fucking YouTube channel. One of them started this whole thing. Wants to enact change and shit. That's all he'd have to do. He wouldn't even have to do it. He could just fund it. He could just fund it. Fund the beginnings of it. This is why I'm just, I hit the fuck it button. I don't care. Good luck. This has done exactly what I said it most likely will do. There were certain variables that could have changed its trajectory, but like I said, big money ain't gonna allow that to happen. They're not gonna fucking allow it to happen. And like I said, if you got out, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. I hope you didn't get out at 32, because honestly, my stance still stands on that. That's its like low support level. I mean, it don't have much room to go but up. But it is the end of the year, and that very well could go down. You may get a lot of people that start dropping, that just start dropping. And this thing, I know they don't want it to go down into the 20s. They don't want that. That's already been proven. I already told you guys that. They do not want it going down to the 20s. Most definitely, at least not the mid to low 20s. A dip under 30, not a huge deal to them, but that is a psychological level, a FOMO psychological level, where a lot of people who made a lot of money that just came in for this week see that number and go, oh, I remember when I made a bunch of money when AMC was at that price. Let me look into that again. And then you get millions of people buying back in, pushing this back up, shorts that they still continue to take out are fucking now not profitable. It's the no-no zone. It is. And until this bitch is down in the teens, until I see it in the teens or the very low 20s, I ain't talking about it anymore. Or until it gets a 20% jack in price, I'm not talking about it anymore. I'm done. Have fun. I've done more than enough for the community to explain this thing to everyone, even helped make y'all money, helped teach people how to put a basic option strategy together to be profitable with calls and puts, showed you guys how to use the most key indicators that are the simplest to use in order to, study any sort of stock that you're interested in maybe investing in, being able to look back at it historically. Everything you need to get yourself going and be successful, I have given to you, literally given to you. And like I said, it's cataloged. Videos are chronicled, guys go back and look at them. But I'm done with this. I don't want anything to do with this. It has taken way too much of my time, way too much of my money, and I'm not the one that got the benefit from it. Fuck that. I'm the one that needed to benefit from it the most, and I'm not the one that got to. So I'm not fucking talking about anything really anymore unless there's some crucial thing that shows up in the market. Maybe one day, I'll have the funds together. Like I said, I'll get them how I gotta get them, because there may be a backer out there. I'll just have to find them through a legitimate means, writing emails and actually seeking them out. And if that happens and I'm able to have a full-fledged like day trading account, I will definitely be back with a vengeance with a finance channel, and will show you all the best strategies, in my opinion, for being successful when you can day trade without restriction. Because that's like literally, it makes me sick having fucking 60-70% days of my portfolio, but my portfolio's like less than $1,000. It's sick. It really is. So, best of luck to y'all's holding this shit still. Like I said, I mean, if you're still in it, you may as well sit in it and see if they are going to push it under 30, because there's really no other place for it to go from 32 but up. I mean, yeah, it can bounce in there a little bit, but and I still believe there's going to be some shorts that get returned. Like I said, I mean, I figured this would happen at the end of the year. Nothing big would happen. A lot of people would start selling off, which they wouldn't even need to take out shorts or do anything to push the price down. The community would do that for them. And then maybe they'll drive it down a little bit lower if they needed to. And then they might start seeing some returns. But like I said, this is AMC's new valuation, and this is its new home. Between $32 and $35 is its new home. That's its fair market value now. And that's why Adam Aron's trying to grow into that valuation from a few years ago when they hit that. That's why I said it's not a coincidence. This number is not a fucking coincidence. It is not a coincidence. See that line? This line right there, do you see that? Look at how well that lines up with everything going on right now. Look at that. Just look at that level of support. And that's not a coincidence. This was what they needed for the program to work. You know, they couldn't pick just any random number and do this. That wouldn't make any sense. You know, they needed the highest possible number they could have to get rid of these synthetic shares that were left and still leave it at a fair valuation without the price being super inflated. And what's more fair than a previous all-time high? So, like I said, best of luck to y'all. I will probably still make some videos here and there on some things, but as far as like giving out plays and shit and all that, I'm not doing that. You know, I don't have Trey money or Zip money or any of that shit. And again, it's not nothing personal towards my subs as a whole. It's those guys that take my shit, and then they get paid for my shit. They get paid for my shit. And, you know, that's not to say, again, that there's plenty of people in my subs that were just here to use me for my brain and make money off of me. But it's more so those motherfuckers. There's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to get where I want to be without money. I need to be able to have my account with a couple grand like they did when they started out, show people, you know, ways to trade, successful trading strategies and tips and all that shit. I can't be in a position where I'm trading for survival. I can't, because I can't show you the best way to trade at all. It's not feasible. Like I said, this was never intended to become a finance channel. It was just intended to scream as loud as I could to back away from this and take a good, long, hard look at it before you put any more money into it or before you keep any money left in it. And that was it. It just kind of turned into something that I decided to run with and see if you know, what I already knew wasn't going to happen. But I figured I'd give it a shot. See, I could be wrong. Could be wrong. There may have been someone out there that legitimately, you know, saw the value, that had the funds to you know, make us fucking rich. And then be able to take over the market with a new retail organization. But not the case. Oh, you're just taunting me, aren't you? You're just taunting me, huh? Just taunting me. You're gonna blow up, aren't you? I mean, I got a position either way, but I would much rather it go down under 150 and then go back up. But either way, it don't matter. I know I'm about to pull everything I have out of Robinhood though and switch to something else. I'm tired of their platform. It's stupid, it's dumb, it's annoying, honestly. The phone trading's real convenient, and like I said, if you're using like Robinhood or Webull for anything other than day trading or swing trading options or quick stocks or something like that, best of luck to you, because they're shitty. They really are. They're fucking terrible. Their spreads are a joke. Being able to sell at a fair value is bullshit. Most of you should already have figured that out by now. You either have to sell lower than what it's worth or buy it higher than what it's worth to get it to actually go through, or what they say it's worth. Yeah, I'm just tired of their platform, honestly. They're all the money they have, all the people that came to them just from AMC and all that shit, is they can update their fucking platform and actually have a nice fucking, at least have the option. If you want to keep a simplistic version for new people that don't understand shit, fine. But they need a real charting system and tools and indicators and all those lovely things like every other fucking brokerage has, that aren't dumb looking and hard to follow. For being a simple fucking welcome to the stock market company, their charting and shit that they have it's god awful. It is terrible. But yeah, they're about to be axed. I'm just tired of them. Fucking keep taking shit constantly, costing me money, not giving me the fucking fair value of shit that they're supposed to. Tired of this dumbass 3-day trade shit. It's so fucking stupid. It really is. It's so dumb. I actually may just convert what's in there to a cash account and see how that works. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just convert everything into a cash account and fucking go from there. See how day trading with cash account works as opposed to the 3-day trades that you get for whatever. But anyway, this will probably be my last video for a minute. Probably. I don't know. Like I said, there's really nothing else for me to talk about. The only shit I would have to talk about would be stuff that I'm not giving out for free anymore. So you guys are going to have to, like I said, go study like I did, and the money's real great. And I do watch Charlie here and there, Zip Trader Charlie, just because we both are big on the EV sectors. So those two channels, can get you by. The one thing I will say is, do not buy something just because Charlie says it. Don't do that. He is very much a stock buyer and not really an options guy. Or if he is, that's not what he goes over and not what he doesn't really talk about. He shows a lot of stocks that don't have options chains, and you guys already know my feelings towards those. But if I had a lot of money and a lot of capital, I'd be looking at those two and talking about those two, because I could risk losing it without having the insurance for any sort of downward movement. But don't buy anything just because he says so. He is very long term. Very, very long term. That boy looks out a year and a half to like 3 years in advance on what he thinks is a good stock. he's a long-term investor. His name's Zip Trader, but he's really more of a long-term investor. He's not really a trader. So don't look at shit that he has if you watch him and go, oh, wow, he said that, I'm going to go buy a bunch of that. And then you're expecting it to kaboom and like it's dying and you don't know why. It's because he's very comfortable buying it at a price, even if it goes down $3, $4, $10, because he's buying it and not touching it for a long, long time. But he is good about showing numbers and his own personal, evaluations of shit. And a lot of shit that he sees, I'm looking at too, which is why I watch him, because we're like-minded in sectors that we agree upon. And he is a little late on some things sometimes, but and I do know that he pulls some Jeff Forbes shit with just looking at a pre-market fucking gainer list sometimes and then talking about something. He's nowhere near as bad as Forbes. Forbes will fucking look at it and swear he's been monitoring it for a couple months. and be like, oh, I've been looking at this, but I was waiting for a certain, I wanted to see him waiting for a certain thing. I'll bring you shit that ain't on a fucking gainer list yet, but it will be in a couple days or something like that. That's what I look for. If you're out there looking for people to follow and give you sound advice, it's going to be very, very difficult. Honestly, I haven't been looking for anyone else's channels most of the year, really, because it's focused with AMC and then my own shit. But I do know that it was very difficult then to find someone that was giving out different information for reasons of it being their own intellectual property, not them, looking at a gainer list in the pre-market and briefing on it an hour or 2 hours before open, like it's your own personal shit that you've been watching and evaluating and all that to make you look like a savvy trader. I have not found one person, honestly, that has brought something to my attention that wasn't on like a gainer list or wasn't in a sector that I already follow. So that may be hard to do, but I'm sure there's some out there, probably. Or probably not, because they're probably small and they probably have the big fuckers suck them dry from all of their content. So who knows? But I'm going to be signing off, kiddos. You all enjoy the rest of your year and your Christmas and this motherfucker right here. Y'all enjoy it. Like I said, you're at a low here, so it doesn't really get much lower than that. But that was a thesis from way earlier in the year, not at the end of the year, because it could very easily go much lower than that, especially people already selling off. I've already heard and got messages and emails and shit from people that have finally sold some or all of your positions in this shit, and I know you're heartbroken and looking for something else. But what are you gonna do? I mean, I wish you guys the best of luck, and like I said, once I find some proper folks with good savvy business sense that want to make something big and build something new for the new market that we are in, that this is a brand new market, and next year it's going to be even more brand new with the structural changes that are coming. You guys will see me back again. I will be back again, that's for sure. But as it sits right now, my brain is a vault. And that is bottom line. Yeah, you hear that, you YouTube sons of bitches? You ain't getting no more free content. None. And all you little rich bastards that come to my fucking channel for your own personal gratification and to fatten your own wallet, fuck you. I'm out.